morning. It's Mike Allen here on Armed Radio Monday Morning Brew. We're broadcasting over Live 365 by Gen 365, Athena 365, and this morning, man, we're taking that car out for a spin on Spreaker.com. It's already all over Twitter and Facebook and everything else. Grab yourself a cup of coffee. We've got some things to go over. Great show on Friday. We're going to recap what happened there with the 9/11 conspiracy folks. Also, kind of look forward into the week and what's going on in the news and sports. And, hey, it's March Madness. Do you have your bracket together? We'll talk about that, too. I'm Mike Allen. This is On the Air Monday Morning Brew right here on Armed Radio.
Out of the blue, you see or meet the man or woman of your dreams. You both flirt. The attraction is obviously mutual. Now what? A big fat nothing, because you were both too shy to ask for contact details. Find and contact them again for free at BlueMyChance.com. That's right, BlueMyChance.com, where people meet again.
Attention smokers, are you tired of sucking burnt tobacco deep into your lungs but love the flavor and experience of smoking? Introducing Firelight Fusion, the electronic cigarette that gives you everything you love about smoking while eliminating everything you don't like about smoking. Unlike other brands, you know exactly what's in Firelight Fusion e-cigarettes because everything is batch tested and our premium e-liquid is made and tested here in the USA. Unlike the Chinese knockoffs you see everywhere else, experience excellence. Experience Firelight Fusion. Find us at firelight-fusion.com. Firelight-fusion.com.
Glastic water bottle, a shatterproof glass water bottle. It's great for any liquid because everything tastes best in glass. A leak-proof lid you can close and toss on the couch without worry. Chances are it won't ever break, but if it does, no worries. The glass is safely contained inside a protective outer shell, so you won't have a dangerous mess to clean up. You can safely remove the broken glass and get replacements. Go to GlasticWaterBottle.com to get your very own Glastic bottle today. That's GlasticWaterBottle.com. GLASSTIC waterbottle.com. What are you waiting for? TheNoGymWorkout.com. $1.99 to change your health and your life. This ebook costs less than a latte. This is what you get, because who really needs a gym? You get a dietary guide, the power of vegetables, 20 ways to stay motivated, exercise descriptions, the No Gym workout exercises, stretching guide, abs guide, and fitness myths. It's perfect for gamers since it was designed to do right in front of the television. The creator even tested it between matches of Call of Duty. The No Gym Workout is also available on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and iTunes. Try it today.
Attention all gamers. When is a silver bullet with your name on it such a bad thing? Now you can have your name or gamer tag engraved on your own personal silver bullet. Just go to silverbulletbullion.com and check out the actual .999 fine silver bullet replicas of your favorite bullet. Take your pick from the 22 LR, 9mm, 5.56 NATO, 45 ACP, 45 Long Colt, 7.62 NATO, 12 gauge shotgun shell, 50 BMG, and a 25mm shell. Just select your bullet and let us know what you want engraved on it. Visit our website at silverbulletbullion.com or like us on Facebook at Silver Bullet Bullion and get your personalized silver bullet today.
If you want to make an extra $600 to $2,500 a month or more while working from home without quitting your day job, you need to listen to this. Visit OnlyTakes3.com and find out how you can save money, earn money, and get paid to travel anywhere in the world. Simply signing up is free. Plus, save money on everything you already buy. Wake up, people. This is too good to pass up. OnlyTakes3.com. That's OnlyTakes3.com. Get started today.
Looking to shed that extra weight? Try Raspberry Ultra Drops with African mango and green tea. Lose 1 to 2 pounds daily permanently. No hunger pains while maintaining muscle tone and feel great. Raspberry Ultra Drops are 500 times more effective than capsules. It's made in the USA and FDA compliant, all natural and completely safe. So make Raspberry Ultra Drops your weight loss solution. Guaranteed results. Log on to www.shopslimberries.com and start your weight loss today.
Rise and shine. 6 a.m. and your hand can't make it to the alarm clock before the voices in your head start telling you that it's too early, too dark, and too cold to get out of bed. Aching muscles lie still in rebellion, pretending not to hear your brain commanding them to move. A legion of voices are shouting their unanimous permission for you to hit the snooze button and go back to dreamland. But you didn't ask their opinion. The voice you've chosen to listen to is one of defiance. A voice that says there was a reason you set that alarm in the first place. So sit up, put your feet on the floor, and don't look back, because we've got work to do. Welcome to the grind. For what is each day but a series of conflicts between the right way and the easy way? 10,000 streams fan out like a river delta before you, each one promising the path of least resistance. Thing is, you're headed upstream. And when you make that choice, when you decide to turn your back on what's comfortable and safe and what some would call common sense, well, that's day one. From there, it only gets tougher. So just make sure this is something you want, because the easy way out will always be there, ready to wash you away. All you have to do is pick up your feet. But you aren't going to, are you? With each step comes the decision to take another. You're on your way now, but this is no time to dwell on how far you've come. You're in a fight against an opponent you can't see, but oh, you can feel him on your heels, can't you? Feel him breathing down your neck. You know what that is? That's you. Your fears, your doubts, and insecurities all lined up like a firing squad, ready to shoot you out of the sky. But don't lose heart. While they're not easily defeated, they are far from invincible. Remember, this is the grind, the battle royale between you and your mind, your body, and the devil on your shoulder who's telling you that this is just a game. This is just a waste of time. Your opponents are stronger than you. Drown out the voice of uncertainty with the sound of your own heartbeat. Burn away your self-doubt with a fire lit beneath you. Remember what we're fighting for, and never forget that momentum's a cruel mistress. She can turn on a dime with the smallest mistake. She is ever searching for the weak place in your armor, that one tiny thing you forgot to prepare for. So as long as the devil is hiding the details, the question remains, is that all you got? Are you sure? And when the answer is yes, when you've done all you can to prepare yourself for battle, then it's time to go forth and boldly face your enemy, the enemy within. Only now you must take that fight into the open, into hostile territory. You're a lion in a field of lions, all hunting the same elusive prey with a desperate starvation that says victory is the only thing that can keep you alive. So believe that voice that says you can run a little faster and you can throw a little harder, and that for you, the laws of physics are merely a suggestion. Luck is the last dying wish of those who want to believe that winning can happen by accident. Sweat, on the other hand, is for those who know it's a choice. So decide now, because destiny waits for no man. And when your time comes and 1,000 different voices are trying to tell you you're not ready for it, listen instead to that lone voice of dissent. The one that says you are ready, you are prepared. It's all up to you now. So rise and shine.
Yeah, rise and shine. I got to listen to that every morning. It gets me up out of bed and gets my yoga going. I'm going to do a little yoga after the show today. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but I'm a little heavy. Now, I'm a lot heavy. And I got to get down to my game weight. I played professional football at 235. I want to get down around 240, 250. I look pretty good at 240, 250. Well, welcome. This is Monday Morning Brew right here at Armed Radio. Glad you guys get up with me today. If you are listening, give me a tweet. Everybody's on Twitter. Don't tell me you don't have a Twitter account. Shoot me a tweet. At Mike Allen Sports. Say good morning or whatever else you want to tell me. And hashtag it Armed Radio. That's the way it'll populate my Twitter deck that I have on my computer. And I'll be able to say hello to you. Oh, my goodness. What a week last week. I don't know about you. We had a great week here on Armed Radio. A lot of great shows. Our lineup is on armedtanks.net. We're fixing to populate a new address here soon, so stand by for that. Some of you don't know, some of you first-time listeners out there. This whole thing sprung from a gaming community online revolving around the game World of Tanks. So we've got armedtanks.net as our webpage. It's where you can go to see all of our sponsors. We've got a ton of sponsors. I got a ton of commercials over here to try to fit in and play, and that's good because a lot of people have bought into Armed Media and Studio 6 Entertainment and, bought into what we're doing here. So a big thank you to all our sponsors, and we're going to get to a lot of the commercials this morning. But all this kind of came about from a game and a vision of the leader of a gaming clan. Now that's CLAN, not KLAN. We're not Ku Klux Klan. It's a gaming clan, and I think the lingo for gaming clan. Oh, hold on. Whew. Got a sneeze about ready to sneak up on me here. You ever have that in the morning? Get up and still have some of the dust in your nose? Hold on. See if we can take care of this. It's much better. The gaming clans came about, the lingo came about from the clans of Scotland, the Irish or the Scottish family clans. And this is a long time ago when gaming first hit the internet back in the 90s. So we are in a clan called Armed. So it's Armed Radio. But the originator of Armed and my friend, who I've never met face-to-face, but a friend on the internet, and hopefully meet face-to-face here real soon, is one Joe Savino. He's got his show. As a matter of fact, he's got a radio show. He comes on every Thursday night at 11 o'clock Eastern, right here on Armed Radio, and you listen to him. But anyway, that's kind of how things got going, and now we're rolling. Now we've got, five shows. So pretty much every day of the week, you have entertainment on Armed Radio. And if you're listening for the first time, Armed Radio runs 24 hours a day. So if you have like an office, or you have a dentist's office, or if you have just a work environment where you like to play ambient music in the background, you can play Armed Radio. And we play a lot of tunes from the 80s and the 90s. I guess back when Joe was a kid. It kind of dates me because that was kind of some of the shows back when I was a kid. So yeah, I guess I can't really bust his balls any. Not too far behind him. But anyway, that's kind of what we're doing here. So now it's growing and growing. We're on a bunch of platforms. You can, obviously, you're listening on one of them now, but if you'd like to enjoy this experience on something other than Live 365, MyGen 365, or Athena 365, all of which you can get apps for on either the Apple iPhone or your Android phone. If you're listening on the computer right now and you have a smartphone, go to the iStore or go to, I guess, iTunes on Apple is where you can get your apps. And for Android, just go to the Play Store there and type in Live 365. That app will come up. It's a free app. You can download it. Doesn't take up a whole lot of space. And that's a portal to get on and listen to our shows. That's pretty good. Also, now we're on Spreaker.com. So if you're on Twitter and you're following hashtag Armed Radio, you can go on there. It's trending right now, and you can also click on that. And it's another format that we use, that we broadcast, and eventually our shows might be heading over to iHeartRadio and other places. So we're all over the place. There's really no excuse not to listen. Be quite honest with you. I know you're listening now, so if you know somebody who's not listening, go wake them up. Go wake them up. You know, if you got your significant other in bed right now, just snoring away, bucket of water maybe. Hey, just a suggestion. You can blame me if you want to. I'm all the way down here in Texas. I'll take that hit for you. Just say, hey, sorry, honey. Mike Allen told me to douse you with water to wake you up. And here you are. So a whole bunch of stuff going on. Of course, one of our shows, Matt Hazley, Straight Talk with Matt Hazley. You can hear that every night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mondays and Friday nights. He's kind of the bookend show. He starts the week off on Monday night and ends it on Friday night. And he's been getting some really good guests. He's been doing a great job. Matt's a golf pro from the Midwest. And, of course, he's getting snowed in, so he doesn't have a whole lot to do, I guess. So what he does is he gets phenomenal guests. And he started out about 2 weeks ago. Hold on, got to get some coffee here. He started about 2 weeks ago. And he had two gentlemen on his show, Corey Rowe and Dylan Avery. And those gentlemen are responsible for a documentary film called Loose Change. Now, there's about 4 variations of that movie now, and you can find the original movie, I think it's the original movie, on Netflix. So you can go to Netflix, type in Loose Change, that'll bring up that movie, and you can watch it. It's only about an hour and a half, I think. And then there's on YouTube, there's updates to the original movie. So you can see the various updates and what they've discovered since releasing the first movie. But anyway, he had them on the show, and in a nutshell, what Loose Change is about is it's raising questions about the events of 9/11. And I know that's a controversial subject. I mean, a lot of people just are get angry when we talk about it because it's like, hey, terrorists did it. It was Al-Qaeda. There's no doubt. You saw the planes hit the building and all this other stuff. And they raised some questions. And I'm not a big conspiracy guy. I never have been. It's not that I don't think our government is capable of doing something like that. I just don't think they have. I don't know if that makes sense. I just don't think they've done it. You know, I just don't think, not that they, again, not that they don't have the capabilities. I just don't, I don't know. It's a stretch. But I started watching the show, and I started digging deeper into some of these questions they raised, and it's got me thinking. And that, you know, that's what it's really all about anyway, is just get yourself thinking. Get yourself engaged. But after a while, during Matt's show 2 weeks ago, Straight Talk with Matt Hazley, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it was a Friday show. And this guy was just trying to get on the show and trying to get on the show and calling and bumping and texting. And his name is KT Penn. KT Penn has dedicated a better part of 9 years debunking all these 9/11 conspiracy theories. So he finally got on the show, like with the last 5 minutes to go on Straight Talk. And it was, how you say, explosive? Because apparently KT Penn and Dylan and Corey do not like each other. Obviously, because one's criticizing their work. You know, I wouldn't like them either. So, from that, I reached out to KT Penn and said, hey, look, you know, you only got on for about 5 minutes. I understand that you have some things to say. I'm going to dedicate an entire 2-hour show and let you come on and let me get some questions together, and you can make your case. So that following Wednesday, last week, I had KT Penn, who is the author of Lifting Up the Couch Cushions, a look at loose change and exposing loose change. And he sent copies of the book to Matt, and Matt forwarding on the copy to me, where he goes line by line through the movie to debunk loose change, which is which is what our country is about. It's about open debate. And I came up with some questions, and the show actually went over. We actually went over 2 hours. It was 2.5 hours, actually, of show. And from that, it got set up for an online debate between Corey Rowe and KT Penn. So KT Penn and Corey Rowe came on Straight Talk last Friday. This has been a whole week-long thing here. And it was interesting. It was a great show. So that's kind of the programming that you're getting here on Armed Radio. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to refresh my coffee. Thanks for waking up with me. Take a look at that coffee cup. Now's a good chance to listen to our sponsors. Maybe go freshen yourself up a cup. Download that app so you can listen on your smartphone and walk around the house. You can take me everywhere. I'm Mike Allen. This is On the Air, Monday Morning Brew on Armed Radio. We'll be back after these messages.
IntroAsian.com is a free video Asian chat room. Chat with other Asians for free via your webcam. Go to introasian.com. IntroAsian.com. Try it today.
Listening to Rain begins a new series of martial arts fantasy. Listening to Rain is a Game of Thrones-like series set in medieval China, where swordsmen and women are involved in occult powers, mystery, romance, and adventure. Experience a Chinese empire unlike anything you've ever imagined. Listening to Rain is now available on Amazon.com. For more information, visit www.wanderingblade.com.
According to a report from Limmer last year, 40% of households would have immediate trouble paying bills if their primary breadwinner died today. An accidental death occurs every 4 minutes in the United States. When it comes to life insurance, 70% of Americans fail on life insurance. Why? It's too confusing. But it doesn't have to be. Call an expert, get a quote, get covered now. Call Richard at Choice Point Insurance Agency at 888-588-9245. Again, that's 888-588-9245. Call Richard at Choice Point Insurance Agency today, 888-588-9245.
Do you think laughter is for sissies? Or do you hate Santa Claus? Do you know that somebody does? If you answer yes to either of these two questions, then see a therapist. And visit this website right now at TwerksFunnyT-shirts.com. The T in T-shirt is spelled T-E-E. Warning, these funny t-shirts and posters make great gifts and may cause internal bleeding, night terrors, blurred vision, and hemorrhoids. Please visit the website right now at TwerksFunnyT-shirts.com, where you'll find some of the funniest t-shirts and posters on the web.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great success. Recently, while other dealers are closing their doors, Route 106 Motors is expanding. We are a wholesale dealer, and we own the property and pay cash for all the vehicles. This allows us to sell to the consumer for a lot less than the average dealership. We are a high-volume, small-profit dealer, and we pass the savings on to you. New changes have been made at Route 106 Motors. Stop by and check out our brand new building. Route 106 Motors, located at 569 West Street. Check our website at Route106Motors.com and be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about all the latest deals and savings opportunities. Route106Motors.com.
Still waiting to file your taxes? Have federal and state tax returns prepared by professionals at M&M Financial Consultants, LLC. Starts at just $25. M&M Financial Consultants does taxes for individuals and businesses at a very reasonable price and promises you the maximum refund possible. M&M Financial Consultants will also provide you an in-depth analysis of your tax strategies so you can save more money in the coming years. There's no need to leave your home. The entire transaction can be done through their online secured network at www.mmfcllc.com. Have any questions? Give them a call at 718-218-3616 or log on to www.mmfcllc.com.
The attacks of 9/11 have continued to shake our nation. As more and more information becomes available on the internet, it may be difficult to decipher what is fact and what is wild speculation. Author and investigator K.T. Penn has taken on the task of confronting the conspiracies head-on. In his book, Lifting Up the Cushions, Exposing Loose Change, he step-by-step walks the reader down the conspiracy path, debunking the findings of the controversial film Loose Change. Visit his website, exposingloosenchange.com, and get more information about what really happened that fateful day. welcome back. I'm Mike Allen. You're listening to On the Air Monday Morning Brew. I'll be here every Monday morning, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 7 a.m. out on the East Coast, so you guys got no excuse out there at all. I mean, 7 o'clock. Who's not up by 7 o'clock? I mean, I'm looking over here on the Facebook, and one of our co-hosts, Matt Hazley, he's already up, and he's a golf pro. For Christ's sake. Now, out on the West Coast, you got to be a hardcore Mike Allen listener, man. I mean, you got to be part of the Allen Nation to get up at 4 a.m. in the morning to listen to me. I tell you what, if you're out on the West Coast and you're listening right now, you are hardcore. Give me a tweet at Mike Allen Sports, hashtag it Armed Radio. Let me know you're alive. Anybody out there listening right now? I see there's listeners down there. At least a couple hundred. Roll over, grab your smartphone. Everybody's got Twitter. Don't tell me you don't have Twitter. Everybody's got Twitter. I mean, everybody has got Twitter. So you can't tell me you don't have Twitter. Shoot me a little tweet. Let me know you're alive. Oh, my goodness. So, we were talking about Matt Hazley's show, Straight Talk. We got a whole slew of other shows that you can listen to this week. If you're new to Armed Radio, if you're just now listening for the first time, if you stumbled across it, welcome. We got music playing 24 hours a day, and sprinkled in there, we have some talk shows. And this at noon Eastern Standard, here on Armed Radio, we have a couple of new guys, Tattoo Rick and Joke Style. Have afternoon bites, and they come on for a couple hours and talk about computer stuff and tattoos and tattoo stories. And Rick is a tattoo artist. He owns a tattoo shop, and so he got a lot of fun stuff to talk about there. And of course, it's Bites, B-Y-T-E-S. So of course, we're going to talk about some computer stuff, computer savvy stuff. Also, tonight, Matt Hazley. 10 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday's when it gets a little exciting. We get the ladies. Come on. And starting at 8 o'clock Eastern, Valenissima, the gal from Trinidad and Tobago, comes on. And she's got her little tagline is the hot spot for the hot topics. And she's got some interesting topics that she covers, and it's always entertaining. So check her out. And right after her, Regina comes on. And she's talking smack, and she's a Southern gal, so she definitely talks some smack. And then Wednesday night, of course, is On the Air, my flagship show. It airs 10 p.m. Central Standard, so it's 11 Eastern. And we tackle some topics, and I'm going to get into some of the guests that we have coming up with the Libertarian Party here in Texas. As you know, I've had some politically charged topics on my shows, gun rights, anti-abortion, all that kind of stuff. And I've kind of been invited into the Libertarian Party. I'm checking it out. I'm learning as I go. And we'll be documenting what I'm going through as I'm going through it here on my show, here on Armed Radio. And coming up at the Libertarian Convention, we are working out the details right now, but I might broadcast live from the Libertarian Convention in Temple, Texas, this coming April, and going through that whole process. And I've, matter of fact, I'm going to talk about that after the next break. What's going on with that, and where I'm at, and what I've discovered, and what I've learned, and kind of my philosophy on things. So if you're listening and you're part of the Libertarian Party, and you're listening to for the first time, get you onto the work week. And it's my goal to broadcast every morning for 2 hours. But I want to have a paycheck involved in that, so we're all working on it. Because I wouldn't mind getting up this early in the morning, because I can just go back to bed. If that's my job, get up and talk on the radio for 3 hours and then go back to bed. I could do that. Of course, once you're up and running around, you're just pretty much up for the day. Probably take a nap in the afternoon. But then back on Thursday night, just to finish up with our rundown here, Valenissima and Regina are back on about 7 Central, so it's 8 Eastern. Valenissima comes on with her second show. We all do 2 shows a week. And then Regina's right after her, talking smack. They've got some great guests. Let me tell you something. Valenissima, right now we're amateur status. We're bringing in sponsors. We're helping pay for the format, and we're working hard behind the scenes to some more than others. I think Matt Hazley has done a phenomenal job in bringing in sponsors. Me, not so much. I need to get off the dime a little bit, but nothing's for free. Everything has bills, and we've been paying the bills. And right now, we've kind of been breaking almost even, kind of taking the financial burden off our own shoulders when we're working towards that. And, of course, Joe's shoulders, who's the head man. Joe Savino is the head man of Armed Media and Studio 6 Entertainment. And we're working hard to that. But, we've got a vision and a goal, and we're all working hard towards it. And she has been phenomenal in getting guests on. I'm Stella Ray, a recording artist from Europe who just started broadcasting here, in the United States, made her debut on Armed Radio. That's a big thing. And her songs are playing exclusively on Armed Radio, our 24-hour music station. So, I can't even. Steve Moulton, who's a voice and an actor from such great shows as Sharknado, probably the coolest movie I've ever watched. I tell you what, get a bunch of friends together. If you're old enough, get some spirits together and watch Sharknado. You just got to watch it. It's just one of those shows that it's so campy and so, it's so bad it's good. Let's put it that way. I enjoy it. And then now they got Sharknado 2 coming out. So it's a cult favorite. It's just one of those things that, it's one of those movies you have to experience. But Steve Moulton came on, and he's a comedian and well-known, and just, guest after guest after guest. She's doing a phenomenal job, and it's just, I enjoy listening to her shows. And sometimes when the need arises, I'll produce them, and it's always very entertaining. And then, of course, Regina's the same way. She's out there. She's getting guests. Getting guests on her show. Joe's been helping her, getting some just high-quality, good-quality guests, and she does a great job. Of course, Regina is the only one that one of us that I know of that went and tried to make it to the next level. Is Armed Media and Armed Radio sponsored her and sent her to The Voice, and she made it to the final 10 cut before she got cut right before the production. Of course, it's reality radio, so it is what it is. But she's got a great voice, and she made it all the way through the vetting process, so to speak, and made it to almost made it on The Voice. So that's the talent we got here. It's just entertaining. So check it out. And then after all that, last but not least, can't forget the man himself, Joe Savino, and his show is hilarious. I teach on Thursday nights. I usually miss Val's and Regina's show. I try to. And he doesn't think he does a good job. And, of course, when I listen to my show, I can't really listen to my shows. If I have a good guest or if there's something I want to go back and remember or just go back and kind of critique myself, I think I sound like I'm talking through my nose, actually. And I've got all this equipment here. I've got a studio in my house. It should sound better to me. It should sound better, but it doesn't. It doesn't sound good at all to me. But I'm told it sounds okay. So it is what it is, I guess. But it's hard to listen to yourself on the radio because, I don't know, you just sound weird on recordings. Y'all get that? Like when you record yourself and then you go back and play it, you sound kind of weird. Hold on a second here. There we go. Had to clear something out. In the morning time here in Texas, I'm a Michigan kid, so I'm not from Texas. And one of the things that we combat down here, especially in Hutto, where there's no hills and no trees, and just a crap load of dust. I'm actually going to hire a lady to come in for $50 a month and just vacuum and dust my entire house, because it's a pretty big house for a single guy to be living in. Basically down to 3 or 4 rooms: the kitchen, my TV room, the man cave where the studio is, my bedroom. My kids' rooms are all in the process of getting cleaned out and cleaned up as guest rooms. I might even rent my rooms out. It might be something to think about. We got a baseball team here. We can rent them out. And I got a dog. That's it. It's just us hanging out. But, oh man, here we go. All right. Right now we're broadcasting on, just FYI, we're broadcasting across all these great portals into the internet. And the new one that we're trying out is Spreaker. You know, Joe, if you're listening, it's running pretty good. I'm running off a 365 in Spreaker. I don't know if, tweet me. Send me a tweet, Joe, and let me know that Spreaker's working. Because if you're listening, or Valenistama, one of the two, hit that link on Spreaker and let's see how well that sounds. It's one of our new platforms, and of course we're on MyGen 365, Athena 365, and our flagship we start on is Studio 365, all of which you can get apps for right on your smartphone. So there's really no excuse why you can't be listening to Armed Radio. But anyway, coming in and out of the break, if you'd like to tweet me this morning, just let me know you're alive. Just say hi. Just say hi. That's all you got to do. At Mike Allen Sports, all one word. Hashtag it Armed Radio. Or send me a poke on Facebook. I'm not quite sure how to turn down the volume, so everybody will hear that I got a notification or a message on Facebook. Let me know how you're doing. Again, just say hi. Working on a phone line. I'm actually looking into getting a hard line into my house. Of course, I'm like everybody else in the world. I don't have a phone line to the house, but I might have to, and I think it's going to be through cable TV, so I'll be able to hook it into my system here, and you'll be able to live call me on Wednesday nights and on Monday morning. So we're working on that. I'm going to call Time Warner Cable this week and see if we can't get that set up. I think my cable bill might even be cheaper if I get that. So, and if I just use it for the show, I can write it off on my taxes, right? Is that kind of how that works? Who knows? I got my taxes being worked on right now. Think about being a private contractor. You got to pay your own taxes. And I wish everybody would have to pay their own taxes. I think our voting would go a lot different. We're going to talk a little bit about that in our last segment. Right now, however, we're going to pay some bills. We've got some wonderful sponsors. If you would like to be a sponsor, contact us at armedradio@armedmedia.com or .net. We will send you the paperwork, and you can help support the radio station here at Armed Media. Of course, a big thanks to KT Penn. Of course, we don't always we didn't agree on everything that he's found out, but he's been very gracious, come on the radio a couple of times, and he's also a proud sponsor. So, if you would like to get a copy of his book, Lifting Up the Couch Cushions, Exposing Loose Change, you can find him on Facebook at KT Penn, published author, and you can find his link at exposingloosenchange.com. Get his book and help support what he's doing, the Victims of Terrorist Attacks Foundation. And check it out if that's something you want to look into, or if you're a conspiracy theorist or not. Check it out. Well, we're going to take a break. I'm going to get me another cup of coffee, because I think it makes my voice sound sexy. Val, if you're listening, tell me if my voice sounds sexy. Tweet me. I'm Mike Allen, on the Air Monday Morning Brew, right here on Armed Radio. We'll be back.
Walter, a book by Mike Hartner. Set in the 1600s Europe, this is a tale that follows the adventures of Walter Crofter, his struggles with love, family, and staying true to himself. Chanticleer Book Reviews proclaims they look forward to reading more of the Crofter saga from Mike Hartner. From H.B. Pierce Wheatley, excellent book. It evokes the era perfectly. It was a delight to read, and I was sorry to finish it as it felt as if I was leaving a friend behind. Available now on Amazon for hard copy or Kindle. Visit accidentalauthor.ca and join the adventure today.
Do you think laughter is for sissies? Or do you hate Santa Claus? Do you know that somebody does? If you answer yes to either of these two questions, then see a therapist. And visit this website right now at twerksfunnyt-shirts.com. The T in t-shirt is spelled T-E-E. Warning, these funny t-shirts and posters make great gifts and may cause internal bleeding, night terrors, blurred vision, and hemorrhoids. Please visit the website right now at twerksfunnyt-shirts.com, where you'll find some of the funniest t-shirts and posters on the web.
Glastic water bottle, a shatterproof glass water bottle. It's great for any liquid because everything tastes best in glass. A leak-proof lid you can close and toss on the couch without worry. Chances are it won't ever break, but if it does, no worries. The glass is safely contained inside a protective outer shell, so you won't have a dangerous mess to clean up. You can safely remove the broken glass and get replacements. Go to GlasticWaterBottle.com to get your very own Glastic bottle today. That's GlasticWaterBottle.com. GLASSTIC waterbottle.com. What are you waiting for?
In a world of birds, Robin Swift, a swallow in the Royal Army, discovers she carries a terrible decree from the king to a ruthless commander. That message plunges Robin's world into a rebellion. A vast army, a devious prince, and a deadly wasteland stand between Robin and her mission to gather allies for the outmatched rebels. How can one small bird survive such danger? Get the new fantasy novel, Iviera, by Jeffrey Dean Doty, exclusively on Kindle.
I'm here to talk about something that is new, innovative, and could change your life. I'm here to give you a gift, and you can decide the value of it. Whether it's a little extra income or greatly increasing your cash flow and having more energy, sleeping better, and having better health. Now you can join a free profit-sharing group whose focus is health and wealth, and you can share in the profits from the business you create. Visit the website at timeandmoney.biz/pip. That's timeandmoney.biz/PIP. Then call Carrie at 801-513-1466. That's 801-513-1466. Or email him at pip4403@gmail.com to find out more. Do you love to travel? Are you tired of the cold? Do you just want to get away? Book your next flight, hotel, car, vacation, cruise, and more at sweetohinawaa.discounttravel.com. That's sweet, OHENEWAA, discounttravel.com. Invite your friends and family. Thank you for your business. Wait! Before you start doing your online shopping, go to couponmeup.com. Get thousands of coupons, discounts, and deals from thousands of leading online retail stores. couponmeup.com. You won't regret it.
The attacks of 9/11 have continued to shake our nation. As more and more information becomes available on the internet, it may be difficult to decipher what is fact and what is wild speculation. Author and investigator K.T. Penn has taken on the task of confronting the conspiracies head-on. In his book, Lifting Up the Cushions, Exposing Loose Change, he step-by-step walks the reader down the conspiracy path, debunking the findings of the controversial film Loose Change. Visit his website, exposinglosechange.com, and get more information about what really happened that fateful day. Welcome back into our last segment this morning. Hopefully everybody's up and moving around. Coffee's going down pretty good. I've already gotten rid of some of it, if you know what I mean. I have embarked upon a journey, and I want to chronicle that journey through this radio program, and I will be, I've always taken politics pretty seriously. I've always taken the Constitution very seriously. I wore 2 uniforms and pledged to uphold the Constitution and defend it a couple of times, so I've walked the walk, and plus I've read it. I've read the Constitution. A lot of people haven't. I think it is your obligation, and you can poo-poo me or say, yeah, whatever, but if you sit on the internet for 3 or 4 hours a day having debates on Facebook or posting pictures of your food, which is kind of stupid in my opinion, but hey, if you want to show me your food, tweeting about, what your cat just did, pictures of your kids. If you got time to do all that, then you have time to take about 45 minutes, maybe even an hour, and get on the internet, Google the United States Constitution. They have an excellent webpage sponsored by the government that has it all transcripted out, and read it, and know your rights, and know what your rights are, and understand it. And then once you read it, look at what they're doing up in Washington right now and get angry and go vote. Be a part of the process of your own country. And I know it's a lot to think about. You don't have to think about it 24 hours a day, but think about it enough so that when you do go vote, that whoever you vote for will be as close to your morals and values that you can get. A lot of people don't vote because they don't think their vote will count. I'm telling you, your vote counts. And it's sad to me that as a country that basically founded a constitutional republic or modeled it after Rome, really, that we have fallen so far away from what the founding fathers have envisioned. And it's not because of anything one person has done or one party has done. It's just the complacency of the population. We've got our radio shows and our TV shows and our news broadcasts, most of which are just nothing but propaganda for one party or the other anyway. And everybody just kind of gets lulled into this sense of complacency, and they don't really care. They don't know who to vote for. Take some time. It doesn't take that much. If you can get on a debate on Facebook and spend 20 minutes researching your side of the story so you can provide links to whoever you're disagreeing with, then you can take 10 minutes, go in and find out about the candidates and vote for who you think will be the best leader. That's what it really boils down to. It's not a party. It's the person. Vote the person. I've never voted straight ticket anything. My background is with the Republican Party only because I'm a conservative, and I've voted Republican. I've voted for some Democrats before. About a couple of years ago for the state of Texas, the governorship, a guy by the name of Kinky Friedman, who was an entertainer and singer and a comedian, was running for governor, and I voted for him. So it doesn't matter, what you vote for, just vote. Get out and be a part of the process. Get involved, get engaged. Well, late last year, I had a group on my show from a Facebook page, Hypocrisy and Stupidity of Gun Control Advocates. The admins came on, and they're local, and we talked about the attack on our Second Amendment and how it's being misconstrued. The gun control advocate folks want to say that the Second Amendment was meant for a well-regulated militia, and it was. And back then they needed one because we had no standing army. It wasn't the federal government back then was very small. It was just basically a collection of people that have come together. The responsibilities of the federal government, as per our Constitution, are very limited, to be quite honest with you, in the original document. They provide for the common defense, meaning a standing army, and the general welfare, meaning that they're the kind of the meeting place where all the states' representatives and congressmen and senators can come together and discuss the mutual benefit of the entire union. But it was never meant to be the monstrosity, the bureaucratic monstrosity that it is now. The states were to hold sovereignty over themselves. But, of course, that's been bastardized into what we have now. But one of the attacks on our Second Amendment. They basically, all the anti-gun folks say, we don't want your guns. We just want to register them and then hold you up to an unattainable standard so that we can confiscate them. But we don't want your guns. And as long as you follow the criteria, which I'm sure will be ever-changing and different depending on the goals of the different areas of the United States. I mean, we're seeing that right now in Connecticut where if you legally owned a so-called assault weapon of a certain type, you'd have to register it by January 1st. Of course, they made it hard to register. There was a very short window in which to do so, and very limited places where you could go register. And a lot of people said, I ain't registering my guns. It's against the Constitution. You don't need to know what I have. And so now, in the stroke of a pen, about 45% of the gun-owning population, or up to 60% of the gun-owning population in Connecticut are now felons, and they have to get rid of their guns, but they don't want our guns. And of course, that's a law, so these aren't law-abiding citizens anymore. So how do you feel about that? Where 1 minute you're a law-abiding citizen, and then some bureaucrat that has nothing to do or doesn't know you at all writes a law, and now you're a felon. That doesn't scare you. That doesn't. But anyway, I had this group on, and through that group, I met a gal named Rebecca Paddock, who is the libertarian, who is working to be the libertarian candidate for senator for the state of Texas, running against the sitting Republican John Cornyn. And she came on the show during that segment, and I got to know her, and then I had her on my show, and I ran her through the ringer because this show. In our talk shows here on Armed Radio, we are not beholden to any one party. We're not beholden to any one thought process. We're not like Fox News, who's basically a Republican Party mouthpiece. We're not MSNBC. We're a Democratic mouthpiece, or CNN. No one's pulling my strings. I speak from the heart. I tell you how I feel, and I tell you how I think. And my own opinion, I don't have anybody telling me what to think. So I had her on, and I ran her through the ringer. She did pretty good. She'd make a good senator if she makes it that far. And if people wake up and don't want to toe a party line and start looking at the Constitution and the candidate, I think she stands a very good chance of being our next senator here from Texas as a libertarian, and get some more libertarians up there in Washington. But from that, I got on the gubernatorial candidate, Kathy Glass, who's running against Greg Abbott, the Republican, and Wendy Davis, who is the Democrat. She came on the show and talked. And this Wednesday, I'm working to get Tom Glass, her husband, who's running for Attorney General. But in this process, I was invited to become part of the Libertarian Party. Now, again, I've never... the cool thing about the Libertarian Party, unlike the Republican and the Democrat, so far they haven't forced me to vote straight Libertarian. So they don't support a straight ticket vote, which is good, because that's not what the Founding Fathers had envisioned. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. And dust again getting to me. I had a sneeze. Of course, now I got all these little specks all over my screen. But anyway, straight party ticket, which is good. However, I was invited to go to the precinct convention, and I showed up, and there was about 20 people there. And by virtue of showing up, apparently I was the only person from my precinct to show up. So I ended up being the chairperson of the precinct by just virtue of showing up. From there, I had to go to the county convention. That was this last Saturday, and I sat in. And from that, we had about 15 delegates, potential delegates. Of that, we had to pick 7. So I got to say a little speech, and I didn't really expect to get voted in. I'm the new kid on the block, and nobody knows me. No one's ever met me. But I got voted in as a delegate, so I'll be going to the state convention, which will be in Temple, Texas. And one of the things that I'm going to be working out is to go mobile. And during that weekend, have a special edition of On the Air with Mike Allen as I broadcast live from the state convention, probably just a short 1-hour show, maybe 2 hours. Have some of the candidates come on, have some of the candidates stop by, work on getting a banner in a little area to set up. I'm contacting the convention organizers right now so we can kind of get that set up. Of course, if anybody would like to sponsor that, if any potential sponsors are out there that would like to sponsor that, Armed Radio at armedmedia.net. We'll get you the information, and you can contribute to that. And your commercial will be cut professionally, and we'll run it during the convention. So you will have a professionally cut commercial during the convention supporting Armed Radio and supporting my journey. And just getting and educating people about the process. The Libertarian Party actually conducts itself more like the original intent of the Founding Fathers. Libertarians, from what I'm seeing, hold the Constitution to a very high standard. And there's no wiggle room. I mean, the Constitution is the Constitution. All of it. Not just parts that meet a certain political view. So even as a libertarian, we don't agree with each other a lot of times, but that's all part of the process. Another thing that I noticed about the Libertarian Party is that they don't tear each other down as viciously as the Republicans and Democrats during the primary process, because they don't have a primary. They select their delegates, and then they have a convention like you're supposed to. So the state convention will be in Temple. We'll work about getting that all set up so you can be part of this process, part of this journey, and I'll keep you updated, of course, on what's going on and how we're doing. But I got voted in as a delegate out of 14 people, 7 delegates, and it's pretty cool, actually. I got a 49% of the vote. I got 6 votes to be the 7th delegate. Snuck in under the skin of my teeth. But anyway, that I think. And we're going to have some of those candidates on. Tom Glassel, we're working on having him join me this Wednesday night. So if you guys would like to learn more about the Libertarian Party and some of their candidates, of course, I've also extended invitations out to the candidates of the other parties. Haven't heard anything back from them, but you have to. During this process, you have to offer that they can come on and make their case. So we're waiting to hear back from them and hopefully get them on. It'll be interesting. I'll run them through the ringer too. I mean, that's ask very direct questions. What I'm looking for in a political candidate, personally, is I don't have to agree with what you're standing for. I don't have to agree with a particular plank in your platform. Just don't lie to me. Just don't lie to me. That's all I'm asking. And don't tell me what I want to hear. Lead. You know, some of the best leaders I've ever been around are my first sergeants and sergeant majors and staff sergeants in the Army, my senior NCOs in the Army. And I didn't always agree with the particular place they wanted me to dig a hole, but hey, they were leaders. It wasn't about what I wanted. They were leading. So I want to know, in a candidate, be a leader. Stand in for your convictions. Don't flip-flop around to tell people what they want to hear. Tell us what we need to hear. And then when you tell us what we need to hear, that's leading. And that's you're going to get my vote. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Well, thanks for joining me this morning. This has been fun. Just to let Joe Savino know, both platforms stayed up and running the whole time. I don't know if you jumped around to listen to see if I was broadcasting on all those, but it looked good to me. It's still broadcasting on Spreaker. It's our new platform, which sends out a notification on a couple of places that you can link right into our live show. And it was running good the whole show. Glad that worked. Well, this has been a lot of fun, folks. But I might go lay down for a little more. I don't know. I'm up now. I got 2 cups of coffee in me. I think it's time for yoga. This has been a presentation of Armed Media, Armed Radio, and Studio 6 Entertainment, along with Mike Allen Sports. Be back every Monday, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 7 a.m. on the East Coast, and 4 o'clock on the West Coast for my hardcore listeners. If you're on the West Coast and you're listening, you got my salute, brothers. You can tweet the show at Mike Allen Sports. Tag it, hashtag it, Armed Radio. That's any one of our shows on this platform. Of course, stick around this afternoon for Tattoo Rick in Afternoon Bites. They start around noontime, Eastern Standard Time. We'll talk to you a couple hours. It's a good show. And then tonight, Matt Hazley comes on, Straight Talk. That's 10 o'clock Eastern. Tomorrow night, the ladies' turn. The ladies. Valenistama kicks things off at 8 o'clock Eastern. She'll run for a couple hours. And right after her show, Talking Smack with Regina comes on. So it'll be a fun-filled Tuesday night. Then Wednesday night on the air with me, Mike Allen. It's 10 o'clock Central Standard. It's 11 o'clock Eastern. Then the girls come back on Thursday, followed by yours truly, Night Talk with Joe Rocks. And then we'll close the week out with Matt Hazley, Straight Talk with Matt Hazley on Friday night. So stick around. Good week coming up here on Armed Radio. Hope you join us. Till next time, I'm Mike Allen, and this is Armed Radio.